The fake economic recovery continues as Wall Street and the top 10% continue to see enormous gains, while the bottom 90% and Main Street continues to suffer. Hey everybody, JJ here on the BX4. Today is September 29th. It is Tuesday. Thank you for joining me. Just wanted to get into some news here, starting with the markets. We did see all the major stock indexes get banged down pretty good, between 0.38% and 0.5%. S&P 500 down, NASDAQ and Russell 2000 all down. Oil took a bit of a hit down to $39.17. But here's the big one. Gold up over 1%. Silver also recovered up over 3%, now back over $24. As we talked about in previous reports, looks like a good dip buying opportunity in my opinion, and that's what I was doing when it fell down below $23. And we'll see if it continues to rise from here, with the metals being the safe haven. And a lot of people, including big investors like Warren Buffett and Jeffrey Gundlach, taking positions in miners and metals. We've also reported on that here several times. But I was watching one of the financial news networks today. I can't remember if it was Fox Business or CNBC, one of those. And I heard, just in a matter of about 10 minutes, the recovery this, look at the stock market, the recovery that, look at the stock market, look at earnings. But let's look at Main Street. Forget Wall Street for a minute. What's going on in Main Street? Well, just kind of a reminder what we talked about here at the beginning of September. We found out that people that missed their September rent wasn't a very big improvement. It started off as about 33%. We're still close to that. About 1 in 3 renters did not pay their rent this month in September. We're going to find out in just a couple more weeks how people fared for their October rent, but it doesn't look to be on a very good trajectory. All right, so it looks like a lot of the pundits are out there maybe trying to pull the wool over people's eyes, but it only takes a glimpse into a few different statistics to show you what's really happening. So if this was an amazing recovery for Main Street, not Wall Street, wouldn't more than 1 in 3 people be able to pay their rent? And CNBC came out with a recent article here. America's most vulnerable families could face financial crisis if government relief fades away. Well, there's a no-brainer. We've been talking about that. If they ever pull away the relief, it's going to be lights out, and it's going to be living in a camper, RV, or tent for millions of families. This is the position we have been put into, right? So an economic shutdown, that's bad enough. But when you have most people in debt, most people living paycheck to paycheck, the only result's going to be an absolute disaster, and that's what we're looking at right now, even though they're not really telling you the magnitude of how bad it really is on Main Street. Folks, what's going to happen when the support is pulled away, when the eviction moratoriums are finished, and you've got 1 in 3 people that cannot pay their rent? Right? I read a report that RV sales are surging. People are looking for, one, a place to escape to if they can't pay their rent, they get evicted, if they get foreclosed. And 2, people look to be preparing for other disasters that may be headed our way. Now, especially when you see what's happening now in a lot of the cities. Now, yet another article talking about a new proposal for stimulus checks, another $1,200 stimulus checks being discussed. Will they come to an agreement? Who knows? It could be next week. It could be never. It's anyone's guess with the gridlock that we're seeing right now in Washington. But they're also talking about a $600 unemployment benefit. Remember, that was a benefit up until the end of July that many people took advantage of. But what about all the people that fell through the cracks? All of the people in the service industry, all of the servers and waiters that didn't put down their income because it was mostly in tips. So things are actually probably a lot worse than we're even able to tell you on this channel, because you have so many people that are not counted in the actual statistics. And we know the statistics that we're told are cherry-picked and they're manipulated. But here's the most recent job labor force participation rate, and we see it's not a full recovery, maybe a half of the recovery, and this is as of September. Or rather, this came out in September, but it's as of the end of August. We won't see the September numbers until probably a week or two into October. But we see that it's still close to 38% unemployed when you look at the labor force participation rates. But they don't want you looking at that. Remember, you're supposed to believe that unemployment now is about 8%. right? They don't want you looking at, they don't want you counting all the people that basically fall through the cracks in these official numbers that are given down to us. Now, if you do some digging through the news here, you do find some truth, or what seems to be accurate at this point. There's a recent study out, mortgage delinquency rates could double by 2022. So obviously, we're not the only ones that see the writing on the wall, right? What's going to be the rescue? Are there going to be moratoriums to eternity? Or are there going to be freezes on evictions forever? All right, the nightmare has not arrived yet. Right now, we're just seeing glimpses of what could be, but the nightmare is not here yet. When the nightmare gets here, the United States is going to look like a completely different country. And again, I think mortgage rates, delinquency rates are going to more than double by 2022. But here's what it says out of this report right here. According to CoreLogic's newest findings, the report serious delinquencies rose 3.4% on a national level in June compared to 1.3% last year. So they've already doubled from last year at this point, and we have all these rescue programs in place. This time in 2022, right? Who knows what it's going to be? It could be like the statistic with rents. It could be 1 in 3 people. We could be seeing 1 in 3 people in serious delinquency on their mortgage, maybe even getting foreclosed. And no one has a crystal ball, but it looks to be possible that it's much, much worse than they're even projecting here out of CoreLogic. All right, let's talk about this article. This came out earlier this year. Big investors are buying up American trailer parks. So what's likely going to happen when the housing market corrects, when prices come down, you're going to have thousands of investors coming in, mega corporations like BlackRock, and they're going to come in and they're going to buy up homes on the cheap when everyone else, most of the American people, are going to have dinged up credit scores, no jobs, so they won't be able to qualify for a mortgage. And this is going to be phase 2 of the wealth transfer. And when it comes to trailer parks, these mega companies, a lot of times they'll come in and buy up the property, and it's better than owning a home or a multi-unit dwelling, because the landlords, they'll charge these trailer park residents, they'll charge the owners of the homes, modular homes, trailers, mobile homes, manufactured homes, things like that. They'll charge them lot rent, so there's barely any maintenance that has to be done, right? So the landlord has a much easier time. In some cases out here in California, there's lot rent between $800 and $1,500 for people buying mobile, manufactured, and modular homes here in California. Right? For a small piece of land, people are paying $1,500 a month just to have their home sitting on that land. Right? So in some cases, you're not much better off than paying rent because you're paying lot rent. You own the home on the lot, but you don't own the lot, so you're paying lot rent into eternity, forever. And sure, it's kind of like an HOA. You get some amenities. They may keep the common area up. They may do the trimming of the shrubs. They may take out your trash, and they'll include some of those things in your monthly lot rent. But when you look at the big picture, these investors, they're coming in and they're making a killing on buying up homes. Right now, it's trailer parks. When home prices come down, look out, because the home ownership rate that's been going up here lately with all the new home purchases, or people getting loans, that could drop again, and a lot of these recent the new homeowners are going to become renters once again. We'll have to see how it unfolds, but it doesn't look good from my angle. Let me know what you think about this. The labor force participation rate close to 38%, even though they're telling us unemployment's dropped now below 10%. Is it going to be 1 in 3 renters that won't be able to pay their mortgage also in October? Is the solution just as simple as getting out new stimulus checks? Is that going to fix everything? You let me know. Thanks for watching this report. Bye for now, people.